last year at the Dungeon had to go out with a bang. Our guest here today was a state champion at the Dungeon for Campbell County. Sir, if you would, tell us who you are.
My name is Garth Yenter. Wrestling Campbell County from 2008 to 2012.
And you're a two-time state champion, 2011 and 2012, but this is your 2011 video. So kind of to lead off the conversation here, and we ask everybody this same question. How do you find wrestling? What gets you into the sport?
So actually my dad coached wrestling. I grew up in Wisconsin, and my dad was a high school coach at Pacelli High School in Wisconsin. So that's where I got my start. So I started wrestling, I think I was 4 years old or 5 years old, so very, very young. Just rolling around on the mats during practice, stuff like that.
And when you said that, it just sounded like a school in Wisconsin, the way that name, what was it again?
Pacelli.
That just sounds like something, I mean, it just, all the, like the towns and everything you hear, especially up north, that was a Wisconsin sounding place. So you come to Kentucky at what age?
I was in 6th grade, so I was 12 years old.
Okay,
yeah.
And do you start into Campbell County right away, or, okay, because, you know, there's a lot of schools up in this area. I didn't know if you just gravitated because of the wrestling or whatever. So you get in, you're wrestling here in Campbell County. You guys know 30 individual state champions, 14 titles, 90, 91, 04, 2012. But you come in right away. Based on what you remember from Wisconsin as to what you got to see in Kentucky, was the wrestling about the same? Was Wisconsin's wrestling ahead of Kentucky's, or?
It's kind of tough to say, because I would say I think the biggest jump I took probably in middle school, high school was from like 5th to 6th grade.
Okay.
So I think when I moved down here was when I was really starting to pick things up and really improve.
I got you.
So I think it's kind of hard to tell.
No, I completely understand that. Now, 2009, you're a freshman, 103 pounds. You come in 6th place. Now, I bring that up for a reason, and you guys, this is called foreshadowing in the entertainment industry. 2nd round, you're wrestling Nick Payton from LaRue County, and he gets you with a 5-2 decision. Okay, you get to the match, the round who determines 3rd, 4th, and 5th, 6th place. Guess who you're wrestling? Nick Payton. He beat you with a 5-1 decision. Now, we're going to set on that. We'll revisit that in another video. 2010, you're wrestling some guy, some 8th grader named Brock Irvin. 8th grader, come on, what are we doing? You can beat this 8th grader. You're a sophomore, right? Well, that guy named Brock Irvin goes on to win 5 straight championships. And as it stands of this video, he's the only 5-time state champion. Jordan and Jaden will probably tie him. Jaden will probably tie him. Jordan will probably pass him being a 6-timer. But as it stands now, he's the only 5-timer. And Brock gets you with a 10-0 decision. No shame in losing to Brock. I mean, probably at the time you were like, ugh, I can't believe I got beat by an 8th grader.
Yeah.
And especially 10-0 here in the finals. But like I said, no shame in losing to Brock. 2011, though, is your year, man. 103 pounds. 1st round, you're wrestling Andrew Ackley from Nelson County. 2 minutes and 40 seconds with a pin. 2nd round, you're wrestling Max Corfage. Am I saying that correctly?
I think so.
I don't want to mispronounce your name. I'm not doing it on purpose. St. Xavier High School, you win that by a pin, 3 minutes and 16 seconds. The quarterfinals, you're wrestling Mike Whalen from Henry Clay. You win that by a tech fall, 18-2. So, man, you're not playing around. You're here to get back on top of that podium. You get to the semis, you're wrestling Trey Blackwell from Union County. You win that by a 10-1 decision. So you're back in the finals. Trey goes on to get 3rd, but don't feel bad for Trey. He goes on in 2012 and 2013, state champion, and he goes on to wrestle at Oklahoma. I think he done all right for himself. You know what I'm saying? The championship match, you're wrestling Clay Brown from Walton, Verona. We're not going to tell you the outcome, but you got 2 Northern Kentucky schools, Campbell County, Walton, Verona, right pretty close to each other.
Yeah.
I would have to imagine you wrestled him in the regionals. Is that correct?
Yep.
Regional championship?
Yep.
Okay. And off camera, you were telling me that you kind of had a shortened season. Talk us through a little bit about that.
Yep. So my junior year, start of the year, I was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis. So I missed the first half of the year, just getting my body right, basically. So I was able to come back after Christmas. Still a lot of pain and stuff throughout the year. And I also probably would have wrestled 112, 113 at that time. But due to that, I kind of lost some weight. And so it kind of just played out that I ended up wrestling 103.
Now, I completely understand. You got to do what's best for you. You got to do what's best for your body. But shortened season, but you were still able to make it back to the state finals. That's a testament, to what you were able to do, your skill, your ability, and everything that comes along with that. And it's off camera. You were saying it's been a while since you've seen your video. So man, I'm glad that we're able to have it. And this is the last year at the dungeon, and I've said it in every single video, and I'll keep saying it in every video that we do at the dungeon. Best atmosphere the KHSAA ever produced. I don't care what it is. The basketball state tournament at Rupp Arena, football, softball, baseball, all that. Under the lights at the dungeon was the best. Now we can get back to that. Now we're at the horse park. A little bit of planning, we could have a much better environment than we have had. It just would take a little bit of planning, a little bit of people in the right positions. But I included the opening of the face-off that in this video just because of how cool it is, and that's how just of a, like, you knew this was an event. This was not just a regular Saturday in the gym. This was not just another tournament. This was the state championship. You knew, like, this is the main event, man. This is the main event. So you ready to go back to 2011?
Yes, sir.
All right, here we go. Getting in the way of the camera here. Now watch how the lights come on. I love this right here. Everybody's got glow sticks. Everything you see is glow sticks, guys. There they come. Everybody's kind of bouncing around, getting the nerves loosened up. Look how close the people are to the floor.
Yeah, that's what made it really cool there. Yeah.
Wasn't a bad seat in the house, which this building no longer exists, but now if you'll watch over here on the right side of the screen, there's somebody that tells you guys, because I guess I don't know if it's just they didn't tell you to or what, but they kind of motion you guys to run out. It's kind of cool.
Garth Yenter from Campbell County, a sophomore, ranked number 1 in the state.
You're like, right there, guy, run out, run out.
This is awesome. Good smile. You just get to have fun with it. I tell you, once they do that trip, I think you're on the lake now.
And Joe Catan's picking up a piece of garbage off the mat. So you got Joe as the assistant and Rocky Durham as the head official. So you're under the lights, man. Second time here.
Yeah, I think the nerves were definitely less the second time around, obviously, compared to the first.
I can imagine.
And just knowing my opponent as well. I mean, I wrestled Brock since I moved down here, basically in 6th grade. We were going back and forth. So I think this is one of the first years that we weren't in the same weight class.
I got you.
Yep.
So we're neutral here. What are we looking to do from neutral? What's your go-to takedown? We take down, let up, a ride, what?
So my biggest takedown, and especially in high school, was sweep single. That was my main takedown. Nice little go behind
So
there.
you got it there. We're out. So you get a takedown less than 20 seconds in.
Yep, I think getting that first takedown again just really kind of settles the nerves. You know, you're in a match now and ready to go.
Now I was going to ask you about going optional start there. Was that something you and Coach Van Camper had worked out, or just something you thought about in the moment, or?
It's something I just kind of thought of in the moment. I think Coach B was always good about kind of whatever you're feeling. Obviously, you kind of look to the corner, but I wrestled Clay a couple times. I usually had a pretty big advantage on the feet, so I decided to just take advantage of that again.
And there it is. You get another takedown. I was watching this last night. I was like, oh, God.
Yeah, so I always rode a tight waist, especially in high school. try to get a bar. That was my main turn on top, bars and tilts. Campbell County does a lot of tilts on top.
Oh, yeah.
Some cheap points.
You remember hearing the crowd?
Not really until like late into the third period.
I got you.
Yeah, don't really hear a whole lot until towards the end when you kind of know that you have the match.
Mm-hmm. So you're trying to run a half there, almost about ready to take his arm off his body.
Yep, riding tough here. Keeping a lot of pressure on his hips.
I think he hit him for a star right there.
Yep. Yeah, he's having a hard time getting up just with that tight waist.
Uh.
Got the wrist there. Short time.
All right, that's the end of the first.
Very good start for Garth Yenter, who we mentioned.
I think we said in other videos, that's in the Campbell County DNA to defer. If you win the choice, defer it. And in case you guys are wondering, we're here today at the Campbell County Alumni Cookout, Grill Out here at Jacob Holbrook's house. They nice enough to have me up to do a bunch of videos today, so it's cool we get all these guys.
A little early off the whistle.
It was, he took top here.
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
So I think, again, we've wrestled multiple times before. I used to work out with Clay in the off season and stuff as well. So I think he kind of knew that he was going to have to turn me and possibly pin me if he wanted to get me that day. So I think that was part of his decision there, especially after the 2 takedowns in the first period.
Yeah. There it is. Get up, get your one.
Yep.
So you're on the go, man. There's no backing up.
Yeah, definitely. Just always staying on people, keeping pressure, and as you can see, it's causing some problems for him.
There it is. Working up, doing what you're supposed to. Ooh.
I thought that was a takedown.
Ooh. What we doing, Rocky?
Yeah.
We know you're going to watch this. Put it in the comments if you think that was 2 or not.
It's close.
Close.
Yeah.
Close. And it's, I think Tim Hardy just done his video, and he said that he never got called for a stall his entire career. He gets in the state finals and gets called for a stall. And I like, you're in the finals. It's not just another match. It's not just another, 6 minutes. I mean, this is what you work for.
Yeah.
This is what you put in the extra, your extras, your off-season work.
Yeah, for sure. And I always prided myself in trying to move forward, stuff like that. I mean, I'm sure I was hit with some stalling calls throughout high school and college, but just priding yourself in constantly moving forward and trying to take the action to them.
Keeps driving. You're able to spin around, get another takedown.
Yeah, nice sprawl there. Get the hips back. Quick go behind.
Trying for it again.
Yeah, had a
Watching
double
it.
chicken
Yep.
wing there.
Getting a time. Should have got at least a 2 count there. The horn's still buzzing. So you're going to take neutral here. I seen you look over at your corner. I guess Coach B gave you the thumbs up. Said, all right, this is what we're doing.
Yep. Not really sure why, but went for it. I think we were doing well on our feet, so might as well stick to it.
And the dogs, as you can hear, they're happy that you're winning too. So we got the canine cheering section. Say, don't lock. Say, be easy there. Yep.
Oh, huh.
Yep.
I remember that. Yeah. Figure 4 on the head. It
Figure
looks
4
like.
on the head. Good call, Rocky. Call, Rock. And 2011 had some great wrestling too.
Oh yeah.
You had Jace Carr. You had, of course, Brock on his terror. You had J.J. Jew from Johnson Central, Zach Salyer from Johnson Central. Had just some really good wrestling. Caleb Irvin, I believe, wins most outstanding this year.
Yep.
Rochelle, I
Yep.
believe, wins it at 119.
Yep.
You're one of a very select few to win a state championship at the Dungeon and at the Horse Park.
Yeah. Like I said, the dungeon was so cool.
It was.
Or when I first moved down here, just seeing all that and knowing that one day I had the chance to do that, it was a really neat experience, especially being in the finals with the lights and glow sticks, people throwing toilet paper, balloons, all that kind of stuff.
Footballs, beach balls, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Nothing yet.
Grab that far ankle, just kind of holding on here, just wasting time basically.
Hey, smart.
Yeah, short time left. I think at this point it's probably when I started hearing the crowd at this point.
Yeah. And that's it, man. You win a 10-1 decision.
Garth Yenter, and I suspect, Adam, that Garth came in highly motivated, lost in the championship match a year ago, and I don't think he was going to be tonight this year. It was a very dominating performance.
Yep, it's a great way to come out, dominate from the word go. And of course, it also has, you can see the glow sticks up on top of the screen there. And they at the dungeon, they highlighted or put a spotlight on the medal ceremony too, which was cool.
Yeah, I'd say this one was definitely the most special. I think, the first one plus, all the stuff that I went through at the beginning of the year, it really meant a lot.
Luke, I think he was in the finals in 12.
Yep. I believe so.
There's Coach Wayne Bedetta from Connor giving him his medal. A lot of respect for Coach Bedetta. And there you are, man, getting that.
And the top of the podium goes to Garth Yenter from Campbell County.
Get your medal, you get your bracket, your plaque. Also, you had, that was 2010, you had Grant Oman in 2010, but man, just such a great, on top of the world, man.
Yep.
The winner and the runner-up, but the top 8 kids in the state. Very nice touch. They really did. These kids put in so much effort all through the years. Great for KHSAA recognizes the top 8. Such a tough sport.
32 down to 8.
It's not just this weekend.
Yep.
And
Their training and their workout.
It was back when it was 3 days, I think.
yeah, 3 days, yeah. And so that's where this one ends, man. Does it play out the way you remember it?
Yeah. Like I said, it's been a long time since I watched it. But I think I wrestled really hard this first 2 periods. Didn't do a whole lot in the third period, but got it done.
You done what you had to do in the first and second to get it done.
Yep.
The third one, I mean, it was, you could tell you'd been there before. You didn't do anything that was going to overextend yourself, put yourself in any danger. You done what you had to do to win. And man, that's experience counts. I mean, it really does. But that's where we're going to end this one. But you're a 2-timer, 2012. So we're going to move from Franklin County to the Fayette County, Scott County line at the Horse Park for 2012. We'll see you guys in 2012. See you there.